Welcome back, everybody. So, who's ready to... Oh, hang on. Who's ready to finish the Forgotten City? So, one thing you probably saw it already, but one thing I prepared is that the devs wanted spoilers, or a spoiler warning for anyone who gets past the Forgotten City, or the Forgotten City is the game name, the White Hallway. So, I'm assuming that's going to show up today, because I'm planning on doing a long stream. And there's not too many mysteries left, so I can't imagine the game's going to be too much longer. So I'm sure I'm going to pass the White Hallway at some point, unless it's something I've already passed, which I doubt. Because the only thing that would really seem like a White Hallway would be, I don't know, like this right here, more of a white room. And that's at the very beginning of the game, so it would be weird if they put this warning here instead of... for the White Hallway instead of just saying, hey, put a spoiler warning for the whole game. So I'm assuming I'm going to pass the White Hallway today, so once I do that, I'll hopefully remember to turn on the spoiler warning, and I'll probably change the stream title as well. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and continue. So, what did we learn last time? We basically managed to get every mystery out of the way.
Who are you? Did he send you?
Oh, hello. Okay. Also, aren't you supposed to be kneeling? That didn't load properly. So basically, Sentius has kidnapped his own daughter because she found a way out.
Do you know you're here? You have to help me.
And if I get her out, she's going to kill Sentius and escape alone. That's ending 2.
I'm Scintilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn. He wants to keep us all here forever.
And how hasn't this broken the golden rule?
I don't know. He said the gods are on his side.
Alright, and who did this to you, Sentius? What will you do if I release you?
I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means cutting his throat to get it. I'm
yeah,
done
let's see if we can find a better golden rule answer.
Just want out.
What about the others? I'm sorry, but if I let you go, everyone else is going to die.
What? No. You can't just leave me here. How can you be so heartless?
Is Sentius still coming? Our escape isn't worth the lives of everyone here. I've changed my mind. It's too dangerous. Let me see if I can go persuade Sentius to let us go. Well, considering I know Sentius is aware of the time loop, and he's greedy as heck and just wants more days living out his little life of luxury, I'm not sure he's going to actually do this, but... I kind of want to see what she says on this, but it's clearly going to make a new quest for me. I'm not sure which one I want to do. Not heartless, just rational. Our escape isn't worth the lives of everyone here.
I hate you. I spit on you. I hope Dis drags you to Tartarus.
Alright. There we go. Now her animation is fixed. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Oh, hang on, I need to sign out of Steam Friends list. There we go. Alright. Oh, this is the way out. I see. So, we've got two options. We can confront Sentius, which probably won't go well, or we can go ahead and go with what we found before, which is restoring all 4 plaques to the obelisk and confront Pluto. Hello? Oh, that was weird. I thought that was a loading screen, but apparently I just needed to continue walking. Let's go ahead and confront Sentius, since that's probably going to be a quicker option. I don't know how long it's going to take to confront Pluto. Right, sprint. Sprint. Right, and we've got Proserpina speaking to us. I completely forgot about her. Not sure how, considering she's, you know, much more with you. Oh. Ulpius, the good news then. Oh, he's probably talking to Domitius. Yeah, he was just talking to Domitius. Oh, right, Rufius. Yeah, Sentius is this way.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
I'm a little curious what you're going to say about her.
What is it, Cit?
Darn.
All
Nothing
right.
new. Alright, Sentius is probably up on his balcony. Hello, Mr. Person, who definitely doesn't recognize me.
We're finally alone. I assume you will.
Yes, I'm
I
Vorpal.
see you have the piercing. We're all now. We have? I must. Is that?
I broke it. Yeah.
You broke it. Why in Pluto's name would you do that?
I wanted to see what would happen.
Well, it seems you failed. Spectacularly. Look, it's unfortunate. But all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered and do better next time.
Aw.
Now, I assume you've sought me out again for a reason.
That's all you say? Darn it. I know what you did to Scintilla.
Me? What are you talking about?
You're keeping her tied up in the cistern.
You know, you remind me of him.
Previous explorer? Al?
Al.
Yep.
Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before you.
You remember him?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything.
I mean, you were
see,
deliberately
my
acting like you
connection to
didn't.
the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you're a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules.
Oops.
Never once compromised on his principles.
There we go.
And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many
Thousands of times. Jesus.
before we finally had this.
So he spent
conversation.
years not being able to figure
I
it
watched
out.
him come through the
Wow.
portal each time. Always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life. Just before he was shot.
So who shot him with a golden arrow? If
The
you were
next
there to
time
see
I
this,
awoke,
but
you showed up. But you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I mean, you've lived through the day, what, 10 times? Most impressive. And yet everything you've done has been in vain. Because there's no escape. Except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Best to take your own life now. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
you knew there was a way out and even locked up your own daughter to keep a secret. Why?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to
Yeah,
all this.
that's what you said
And
before.
as long as this day keeps repeating, I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely. To cheat death. I have been...
Hand over the key to the exit.
And why would I...
You might have an uprising on your hands. What's to stop me from taking it by force? Okay, golden rule, and it's the right thing to do. Let's see, these two are definitely not going to work. This obviously isn't going to work. It's not even trying. And, I mean, an uprising would also trigger the golden rule, but, I mean, this is the closest thing we have to something that would convince him, so let's try it and then just say this isn't over.
You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me...
Yep, this isn't over.
I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my life for me.
Let's see. I'll find a way to break the cycle and you with it.
What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help?
You know...
They don't care about you, and neither do I. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you.
Oh, cool. Updated that. Turn all orc plaques to the obelisk and create a time paradox in one way or another. Alright. With that said, it is time to begin.
Oh, another one fresh out of the bards, I take it.
Alright.
Thea is proof
Hey,
of a degenerate mind.
Centilla's locked up. You want to go save her and cause an
Well, no.
uprising? Just for giggles? I guess
All
not.
right.
That's quite an impressive bow you have there.
Alright.
Just like Diana's.
I still have a bow. This
Salve.
way, right? Okay, let's see how there could possibly be two exits by confronting the gods. I believe when I got ending 2, it did say go confront Pluto for the next ending. So, I mean, I guess there's going to be two different things I can do to Pluto. Either, like, try to convince him he's wrong, or, I don't know, take him out? Oh, whatever. Let's go ahead and start inserting stuff. Hey, Pluto! Found your rocks! Oh, I was looking the wrong way. Ojamashimasu. Pluto, I've come to bargain. Say nothing. I probably need to do either Nergal or Pluto. Either the earliest or most recent. Let's go with Pluto. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if that was correct or if he just responds to literally everything. Or maybe I speak through 4 doors. Hades, Lord of Many, grant me an audience. Oh, and this is Egyptian architecture. Okay, I get it. Osiris, Lord of Silence, grant me an audience. And then... Is there a side path? Or... Okay, never mind. And Nergal, the Fierce One, grant me an audience. Well, this is futuristic. Hello, Star Wars. Okay, that's probably Proserpina. I have no idea who that is. And this must be Pluto.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians,
That might have been the White
Hades
Hallway,
to the
though.
Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You are unlike the others.
Indeed, I am able to follow
What
people
is
around
more,
and see what
you
they
carry
do.
a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly. But there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will.
Okie dokie. Let me go ahead and assume that was the White Hallway and do a little bit of housekeeping. Spoilers. Okay, stream title updated, and we've got this at the top, which hopefully won't get in the way of anything. So, let's just go through this in order.
My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know?
Also, let me turn down his voice just a little bit. So, you're a god?
It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave myself.
Interesting perspective.
Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that,
Okay.
there are rules even I must obey.
Alright, so what's the saying? Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic? Ooh, I'm very curious about these, but let's start here.
My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate with your kind. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords. Desire, joy,
Ooh,
ecstasy,
interesting.
even rage and sorrow, while an acquired taste can be addictive.
Alright. May I see your true form, or is this going to be Eldritch
No.
Horrors?
Long ago, I swore to Persephone
Oh, okay.
that I would remain in this form for as long as we remained among your kind. I must honor that.
Very well. So, who's the woman I definitely don't know on your left?
This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpine to the Romans.
So
Or
is she
perhaps
frozen?
you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal.
Did you hear anything?
Your gaze lingers too long.
Now, who is that on your
That
right?
is my servant. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces.
Really?
And goes by many names.
Okay, yeah.
Tubal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their
Interesting that he
transition
uses
as seamless
she.
as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will
Even
talk more
though
later.
gender seems to
now,
switch for Charon
ask your
quite often.
questions.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
As you wish.
So, where the heck are we?
It has come to be known simply as the Underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago.
Is this Sumerian history?
That is a
or
long
mythology?
story, one that began over 3,000 years ago. You see, long ago, my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered
Elysium,
your
huh?
planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric.
You waited
You
that
all
long out of
destroyed
curiosity?
yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Proserpine saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered
Sumeria,
guidance
okay.
in agriculture, toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, we saw something disturbing.
Yeah, humans
It
are pretty
sowed the
disturbing.
seeds of dependency and confusion. And soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance, this time in our name.
Yeah,
My
that would
kin
be
had
disturbing.
seen enough and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable.
Wow, we chased you right back
But
to your
my
own city.
Proserpine could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began
that's why
her
she's frozen.
inescapable trajectory toward death.
You didn't want her to die.
Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has.
So why have you not left yet?
But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him that he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved,
Way to go,
he
Jupiter.
proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without
Single
sin for
year?
a single
Jesus.
year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium.
This place couldn't last
My
a single
part
year.
would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you without interfering, and to
Right, I
sit
think
in silent
it's only been
judgment.
like 6 months
And
according
so
to
my
Sentius.
reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day your kind proves itself worthy of her faith in you, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time, still waiting.
Yeah, Jupiter kind of had us pegged, apparently. Jesus. Alright, I mean, this is going to be obvious.
There
The
were
other
also
gods.
gods who, like me, have been known by many names. But perhaps you knew them by their Roman
I prefer Greek, but
Our
sure.
leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of
Yeah, I
course,
don't recognize a few of those.
my beloved Proserpina.
Alright, who built the city? I'm assuming the Romans did that?
As the first
Or,
wave
no,
of your
Sumer.
kind arrived from
Right.
Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives.
Okay, that
and
makes
to
sense.
prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, and made all the same mistakes. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans, and they all did the same thing. They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten.
Yeah, so it's been 3,000 years of watching that. How are you still... Are you still hopeful? Or was that like a blink of an eye to you because you're immortal? I don't know. How do you decide who
To
comes
ensure
here?
the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from the silver, a rare element at the time, across the
Really?
whole of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant.
Took 3,000 years for those to fade?
With no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins, spreading to Egypt like seeds on the wind. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's obol, or as coins for the ferrymen. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original tokens. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for.
2. I thought this
Only
was the
2
last one.
remain. And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind will have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Proserpina's along with it.
And you can't just make more? I mean, I guess you would be tired of this bet after a while, but... You're just gonna give up on Proserpina that easily? How did humans learn about
It
the
is
underworld?
a regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place
I
was
know
the
that.
king of
I know this
Sumer,
one.
a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned
I can't
him to
remember
his
his name.
people
Never mind.
on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely, and he told stories of this place as if describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh, and his words were twisted and distorted over
Okay, I was very wrong. I don't think Gilgamesh was what I was thinking
the
of.
Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place in their priests' pursuit of profit. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning. And in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped. A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, a poet named Orpheus, and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained
Why did the
only a
5
secret
Greeks not get accurate results? That's weird.
Of course.
Are you responsible for the Golden Rule?
That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing.
Why turn to
That
gold?
is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife. Prestigious
Is this gonna be
position of
Midas?
power and influence
I think
in
that-
a new world.
No, that's too late
Of
for
all the
this.
women, 2 were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets, and rings fashioned from gold. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold. And when her prayer went
Oh
unanswered,
my.
she took matters
I don't like where this is going.
While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat.
Never mind, I
where
thought
she
it was gonna be
broke
more
her neck
dramatic than
from
just
the
murder.
rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold. And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough. The entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all to make way for a new wave. Began
So the first wave only lasted like a few
to
days.
this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls of this city, inanimate but conscious, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity, as silent golden sentinels.
So they're completely conscious, and violence against them is totally fine, as evidenced by the healer lady. How does that not break the Golden Rule, though? If the cause of all this is a wager saying you can't sin, that's interesting. Anyway, well, let's go ahead and
I
say
give
this.
your kind a second chance at life, as well as ample warning about my law. And when you disobey, and you always disobey, you force my hand, bringing terrible suffering upon yourselves. And so
Couldn't you just
ask
demonstrate
if
it?
I am the one destroying your lives. And I say, no. You destroy yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it.
Seriously, like, bring 20 people together and, you know, bring an extra in, demonstrate on that person, and, I mean, it's horrible, but it's gonna save 20 lives instead of ruining 21. Alright, whatever.
When my kin departed, they left behind many relics, which I inherited. Consolation prize.
Okay, can I have Dionysus's? Whatever it
The
is.
golden bow originally belonged to one of my kin, who the Romans called Diana. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them, and equipped them each with a duplicate of her bow, and tasked them with hunting down the Forsaken at my behest. They became known simply as Furies.
Alright, now these are going to be interesting questions. What do you consider
I've
a
always
sin?
considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own. No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not?
Let's see. I'm not entirely sure what he's getting at here, but let's do this.
Enough. You clearly know nothing.
Yeah. Let's start here, but I'm assuming this is going to be a very significant choice. How do you know when people sin?
I'm able to commune with all the statues in the city. Their ears are my ears, and their eyes are my eyes.
Okay, how did you know that I stole Aurelia's key then? Because there were no statues in there.
If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she's not. Why do you ask?
No reason, I just assumed she was a god, she'd probably have the similar ability.
Then what an odd question.
Well, I guess she's mortal now, so I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, I've seen some terrible things that didn't trigger the golden rule. How did you let
plan
them
to
happen?
speak in sweeping generalizations, or are you going to give me an example?
Alright. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff here.
I've seen no such thing, but in any case, taking one's own life is a self-directed act. It is not one that is done to others, however they may be affected by it.
Okay.
Therefore, it cannot be said that one who commits suicide has done anything unto others.
Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, sure. I mean, there's emotional distress, but from a certain point of view, I guess you could consider that fair enough. I'm not sure I 100% agree, but
Applying this rule always requires us to interpret the meaning of the words. The literal interpretation helps to minimize the ambiguities of your primitive language.
sure. Let's go with that. Oh, that's a good point. If our language is full of ambiguity, doesn't that make the rule inherently subjective and unreliable?
Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want?
Hey, I stopped them from committing suicide. Come on, I'm right and you know it.
Then your desire to be right outweighs your... You will make a...
I have a wooden bow? I should have said no.
Do you really?
You may be immortal, but your beloved
How
isn't.
dare you threaten her? This ends now.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Hello, Charon. Yeah, let's go ahead and redo the... bonk. Yeah, let's redo the conversation and this time not completely anger him. Continue from last save, which I believe is right outside the door. Nergal. Yeah, this is probably the White Hallway. Whee!
And here.
Okay, now then, what's your story? You're a god. And then we got Charon. Alright, what's this place?
You see,
Very long story
but
about the bet with Jupiter.
the
They're gods, everyone built the city randomly. Humans learned about it through coincidence and stuff. Right, and responsible for the Golden Rule. Why turn people to gold? Because of the first Sumerians. Golden bow with Diana and then replicated. What do you consider a sin?
in
No reason. Alright.
you
Suicide. Literal interpretation. Alright.
now tell me, what
Price gouging for life-saving medicine.
the merchant? How is that inconsistent with the rule I've outlined?
Medicine he needed if he was
I
dying.
disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others, and he would be quite capable of paying the price anyway.
Aren't you just speculating?
Applying this rule always requires speculation to some degree. It requires us to ask what another person would want if they found themselves in another situation.
That's weak sauce.
Now tell me,
What's a scam?
the tavern keeper, yes.
Okay.
How is that? I disagree. Having watched that tavern keeper, that is precisely what she would expect from others. She would view it as a game, one she... Now,
Alright, so debt bondage. If those people... Wait, let's actually see what
you
this one...
speak of the moneylender. How is that in...
Won't be trapped in a 30-year labor contract because of a loan.
And he would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. All he did was enforce the terms of a contract signed voluntarily by others.
Yeah, this isn't gonna cut it, so...
Now tell
let's
me.
just say fair enough. Experiments on the golden statues. I'm curious about this, because it's very close to releasing them, so maybe a statue would like that.
Midwife in the palace, yes. The rule, they are forsaken. What happens to them is no concern.
I unfortunately
Now
skipped over a line. Let me retry that.
The rule is do unto others, meaning other people.
Really?
Those statues are something else now. Bloodless shadows, mere shapes of their former selves. They
Alright,
are
sure.
forsaken. What happens to them is no concern.
Extremely literal interpretation
tell
of the
me.
rule. Okay. Abduction. Yeah, this one is pretty bad.
Abduction?
Scintilla.
You mean the magistrate imprisoning his daughter in the cistern, I take it. He did so because she sought to escape. A sin I take particularly seriously. Better that he stops her from escaping, albeit brutishly, than I have to wipe out this entire city to punish her. Wouldn't you agree?
You're no longer using the same argument of how this is different from do unto others as they would do unto you. I mean, ideally he would convince her to not escape. But let's just see what he says. Yeah, never mind.
Now,
It's no wonder people say the gods are cruel. This just shows how unreliable and subjective your moral code is. You're no better at judging right from wrong than any human.
do you honestly think you could do better?
No, but that's my point. Nobody's grasp of right and wrong is so perfect they can be trusted with all this power. You've become a tyrant.
I should strike you down for that.
Do it. And if you did, you'd be proving my point.
Now, did you have any other questions before?
I think that's all the questions.
Very good. Only, it seems, something is wrong.
Really?
It has long been within my power to see to the hearts of mortals and weigh their deeds in life. But
Did I not exist
when
until
I
now?
peer into you, I see a
I was joking.
as if you did not exist until you appeared in this city. How is this possible?
Is it because I'm from the future?
Where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you. How did you come here?
Maybe you're getting forgetful in your old age.
You would have us believe that my servant merely forgot bringing you here.
I kind of want to lie, but he can see into my heart. That's probably a bad idea. I arrive here in about 2,000 years.
That is true. Then I sense the intervention of someone powerful.
How did you come to be in this time, mortal? Who brought you here?
We cannot know.
I was hoping you could tell me.
I do not know. My kin departed long ago, and Proserpina has slumbered for 3,000 years.
You're the god of this place. Shouldn't you know this?
Tread lightly, mortal. Enough of this. It seems I will need to put your reckoning on hold for now. And answer this. Why have you come here? What is it you seek?
Well, a way out. I mean, I'm here to kill you. Yeah, let's see if we can put an end to the golden rule.
Your hubris is amusing. So
I mean, that's very bad for his wager.
But I warn you, if you anger me or waste my time with lies or wrong-headed arguments, you face death here. So, tell me, why should I put an end to the so-called Golden Rule?
Oh god. If you're doing this for love, you should know that Proserpina doesn't love you. Oh my god, I am not saying that. How can you expect us to live without sin if you can't do it yourself? He doesn't believe he's been sinning, so that's probably a bad idea. Golden Rule is corrupting this city and ensuring you'll never win the wager. That's quite possible.
How so? And be specific. You have made a grave allegation, and I expect you to back it up.
Let's see, Malleolus. This is probably a good idea. Rufius began harassing someone because he was afraid of the Golden Rule. Though Malleolus is probably the most direct example, considering he causes Domitius to break the Golden Rule because Sentius has, trapped them under the Golden Rule. But unfortunately, that's not what this dialogue says. So let's go ahead and do this.
He is a volatile and confused fellow, that one.
Oh, I can apparently just say all of them.
His cruelty does seem to grow greater by the day. I admit, I have grown disturbed watching.
And Decius is life gouging, or price gouging for life-saving medicine because he knows nobody can take it by
True.
force.
I have witnessed him doing that. If you're right, My involvement has corrupted the very thing I sought to observe impartially. But if I were to accept that, are you telling me these humans could coexist peacefully, without theft or violence, without my law?
There's only 23 of them, and it's only a year. But humans need to be able to use force in exceptional circumstances to correct their societies. That's probably very inconsistent with the bet he's making. But yeah, seriously, a single year should not be impossible.
You are either deluded, you will make a...
Yeah, darn it. Okay. Let's see what happens when I do this. You may be mortal, but your beloved isn't.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Yoink! I got the crown, I got the crown, I got the crown, and now I run. Time to leave. Leaving, leaving. Rewind time and show Pluto you have preserved his crown. Oh my god. Is that seriously what I'm doing? Why are those Furies not following me? Oh, there's one. Alright, and then there's another Fury, which is not actually moving. Okay. Whee! Haha! Sucker. Oh, loading. Loading. There we go. That man lives badly. Does not know how to die well. Alright. Whoop! Hello, Fury! Serpentine, 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 and oh, hello, who is this? Oh, it's two people. Cool. Alright, and then we got another Fury by the fountain, but she doesn't move. Cool. Crap, which way is the fastest one? I think this is the fastest way back. Is this a new statue? I don't remember that one being there. Hello. Can I get into the gold? Nope. That Fury's still there. Okay. Okay. Made it back. Yes. So why am I stealing Proserpina's crown in the first place? Super Looper. Loop through time 10 times. Okay.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who...
I'm a little busy right now. I probably don't need to do any updates, so I'm gonna see what he says here.
Alright then.
Never mind. Okay. I believe I can get up to the temple from here. This way, then up the ladder, right? Yeah. Right, isn't there gold up there or something? Regardless, I don't think I need gold at this point. Ah, it's a shame I don't have the thief background. Alright, I do want to go through that conversation again, just to see if I can convince him he's wrong. But I probably won't save Scum. Oh.
Salve, welcome.
I'm fine, thanks.
Another we've... Are you...
Leaving.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
I should have told Gallius to...
No.
Hang on.
Orpheus,
Yeah, I totally should have told Gallius to save this guy.
That's the...
What?
Yeah, luck with that, I'm out of
Your
here.
life's in danger just as much. Are you really just...
Yep, can't help
I
you.
see. Well, if...
I am out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Later, bro.
Orpheus, no!
Splat. So what happens
I'll have
then?
to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up, and I'd best pray.
Hey, buddy, let me in. Alright. I do have to choose the correct one. How very interesting. Alright, hides. Thank you for graying out the correct options because I selected properly the first time. That way I don't even need to read anything. And Nurgle. What's up, Mr. Man? Do you remember me?
And here you allow me to introduce.
Alright, let's go ahead and...
That is merely...
Okay. That's all the questions I had.
It is...
I'm from the future.
That is true.
How did you come?
Yeah.
Tread in. Why have you?
Let's put it into the golden rule. You are corrupting the city with it, with many different weird examples.
But if
yes.
You...
Oh, whoops.
Do you really think you?
Let's find out, shall we?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okay. I accidentally hit the wrong button, so... Let's try this again, because I do want to actually convince him he's wrong. And let's also quick save when I get close. That will save me some walking if I have to fail again. There we go. Quick saved.
And
I don't have any questions. I'm from the future. Hoping you could tell me, shouldn't you know? Put an end. It's corrupting the city. Lots of bad stuff, and this time be careful.
How so?
We can use violence to discourage bad behavior, to neutralize criminals, to overthrow tyrants.
And how is that working for you?
Where I'm from, 2,000 years in the future, it's working pretty well. On average, life expectancies are climbing and crime is declining.
So you say, and yet your world is still imperfect.
Getting better all the time. One day we will get there. This is speculation, and this has evidence to back it up.
You have spoken eloquently, and yet, if what you say is true, it follows that my wager was fatally flawed from the beginning. But that would mean Jupiter, Proserpina's father, who knew more about you than anyone, proposed a wager I could never win. Why would he do that?
He doesn't want humans on Elysium. Perhaps he left you behind because even your own kin don't want you. That's rude. I don't think we want to say he made a mistake, because that's just going to make him rage and helplessness. Perhaps he wanted you to abandon the wager so Proserpina would be free from you. No, I'm pretty sure... I don't know if it's in the lore of this game, but Zeus was the one who made Hades kidnap Persephone, so I don't think that's going to be right. Perhaps he felt threatened by you and didn't want a potential challenger in Elysium. This could cause him to make an interesting about face, so let's try this.
Perhaps. But if that was so, surely I would have sensed his deception.
Love makes you blind.
How could I have been so blind for so long?
Perhaps you were blinded by your love for Proserpina. It's very human.
Your words sting me, mortal. But perhaps it is what I deserve.
Oh,
as difficult
hello.
as this is to admit, I have suspected as much for a long time now. And I cannot deny it any longer. I've been so fixated on taking my beloved to Elysium that every time one of you sinned, it wore away my hope of being with her again. In time, I began to despise your kind for making her believe that you could ever be better than you are. But my rage was not born of malice. Quite the opposite. Everything I have done, I did because I loved her. Who knew this empathy of yours, which you celebrate so much, could have such a dark underside?
Yeah, human emotions are weird like that.
Long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this. If I abandon the way Jern Lee for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend.
Talk your way through every possible confrontation. I mean, why can't we go to Elysium? Because, you know, Jupiter said we'll never be allowed, so we just want to return to the world.
Very well. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated
By
from
2,000 years, I know. Wait, what? That's not the response I expected, but sure, why?
Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time.
Hey, I didn't interfere.
Now, are you ready?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Farewell, mortal.
Later, dude. Okay, cool. So that's probably ending... Honestly, that's probably ending 4, because that's a very good ending. Which is unfortunate. That only took me an hour. I expected this game was going to be longer. Guess that makes sense, though.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright.
Hello, Al.
Well, here I am.
I'm Vorthod.
Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot forward. Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before them. Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared, said barely a word, and entered the temple of the mysterious god, this one here, and demanded an audience.
Said barely a word. Whoops.
Opened up to him. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook, and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him, and the other people who lived here?
So if I chose different dialogue on the final loop, would that change
this
this dialogue
mysterious
here?
oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
Sounds a bit far-fetched. These Romans are crazy.
I don't know, it reads like an earnest account to me. Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
Oh sure, now you know how to find a way out. So I love the idea that everything recorded was just, hey, what's up? I'm going to the temple. Later.
I'm gonna pause here for...
Alright.
You go on.
Alright, so maybe that was just ending 3, because also I didn't save Proserpina in any way, shape, or form. So, maybe it's not a perfect ending. Hey, Karen.
You're back. But
Yeah, we'll be here in a moment.
why don't you tell me?
I remember meeting you 2,000 years ago.
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions.
I mean, sort of.
You can just call me Charon, if you like. I am so... I do not enjoy deceiving people. That most people find comfort. That you die, my rule.
Alright, how did I die?
Most souls would rather ask yourself,
Yeah, gimme.
As you wish. You were exploring an old tomb. Unfortunately,
Let's see,
as
we
you
read
emerged
this
into
last
daylight,
time, so
you were
let me just
a nearby
scan over
hiker
it.
saw the
There was one
suffering
line I
act
skipped earlier.
and leapt to your aid, trying to help you recover your bounty. You both fought bravely. There was nothing He died instantly at the scene, and you followed a few hours later.
Right, and it was
That
Al, right?
man's name.
Yep.
You were each in possession of a sacred coin.
What does that mean
It
for you?
means I am now bereft of purpose. There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you company.
Can you return
I
us?
see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so...
Kinda lost track of time in there. And there was a tablet describing an oracle who confronted a god and undid an ancient curse.
Sounds like quite a story. And I look forward to hearing all about it. But you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready?
Heck yeah. One year later. Was there an epilogue last time? No, there totally was not. Okay. Is this future Pluto?
Hey, you made
Nope.
it.
Okay.
It's great to see you again.
I did
I
not
read your
recognize
book
you at all.
And what the critics said about it. I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been
Nice.
through,
So I wrote a book.
I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet. And I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you, I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
Okay, so is this like an epilogue? I mean, it's not obviously an epilogue, but like I look at different statues and learn about them. Ah, here we go. What? What?
You're finally here. Remember me?
Galeri, hi.
It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Charon appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me.
We had many
I
conversations,
wanted
dude.
to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance at life.
Ulpius is kind of dead. I'm sorry.
I know. I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're going to be around, we'd
How are
love
you
to see
adapting to the, you know, new world, new laws, that kind of stuff? Count me in. What are you doing with yourself these days?
Oh, I used Charon's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Good to see you again.
Of course. There's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you, so you better keep moving. We'll speak again soon, my friend.
According to the lore here, most of them aren't going to recognize me.
Oh, hello.
I'm curious. Do you guys have full conversations, or?
It's lovely to find...
Good to see you too, Aquisha.
So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Hopefully you
just
found
teasing.
something to replace it.
Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable.
What are you doing with
Galerius
yourselves?
and I are engaged and expecting. We've just bought a lovely villa in the countryside. It feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we're just so thankful.
How's Luya?
Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here.
Alright.
See you at the...
Alright, is Ulpius still around? Ooh, okay. Horatius, we got Sentia. Oh, is Scintilla around? That would be good. See if we can find Ulpius and Scintilla. Oh, the Hermit. Never mind, I want to talk to you.
I take it you're the Oracle everybody.
We've met before, though I wouldn't expect you to remember it.
I never thought I'd leave
Philip.
that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living, and it seems I have your catabasis to thank for it.
Sure, what are you doing?
I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University, helping fill the odd gap in their knowledge.
Useful.
Not that I need the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again.
Good to see you
My
again.
sincere thanks.
Alright, excuse me.
Soiree, innit?
Oh my god, Decius.
Oh, hello at last.
Hi, Decius.
I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old relics I accumulated. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man. Thank you.
It was entirely unintended.
Such acerbic wit. I love it.
What are you doing with
I took the money
yourselves?
I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market. That's where the real money is now. In fact,
Yeah,
I was
that
hoping
makes
to
sense.
ask your advice, you being the Oracle and Future Seer and all that, on which stocks I should invest in next.
Enron.
I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. What would you recommend?
Can't really see the future, I'm
Oh,
afraid.
don't be like that. You can tell your old pal Decius.
DVD rentals. Oh my god. Yeah, DVD rentals.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm going to make a bloody fortune.
I'm leaving now.
Of course, don't let me keep you. Thanks again for the tips, my...
Alright, we got Livia,
Good
we got
evening.
Octavia. Who are you? Oh, right, Kabosh. Ah, Scintilla.
Hello there.
Hi,
Oh,
Scintilla.
I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name.
Yeah, fair enough.
After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me, and that monster got what was coming.
Wait,
to him.
Proserpina? Okay. Sounds like he got what he deserved.
I'm living by myself on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's something Ulpius and I used to talk about doing when we got out. But it's been hard. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I probably should have
And
saved
it's just
him.
not the same. Oh, it's hardly your... Thanks.
Okay, so that confirms we're not getting into Ulpius. Then hello, Virgil. Alright. Fancy Roman or I guess it's a multicultural exhibit. Or is it all Egyptian? I can't tell. Gods of many, ancient secrets. Sure. Okay, Elle,
There you are.
what do you got?
I hope you... Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to.
Proserpina?
You know her.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time.
I don't blame you. I would totally do the same thing.
Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention.
So, you created the time loop?
I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. After witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath. So I whispered to Sentius in secret, telling him the prayer required to create a portal in my shrine. I knew the danger of humans being corrupted by godly power, and so I put a safeguard in place. I required the creator of the portal to sacrifice their own life, so that it could only be used selflessly.
Makes sense.
To help others.
Why did he retain his
What I
memories,
did
though?
not anticipate is that Sentius would retain his accumulated memories from each previous
Accident,
day.
gotcha.
And as a veteran soldier, he had long since shed his fear of death. He quickly discovered that he could, in effect, prolong his own life indefinitely by exploiting the cycle. Of course, once I had taught him the prayer, I could not unteach him. And there was little I could do but wait for someone like you to come along and see him for what he was. We were all fortunate you came along when you did.
Alright, what became of Pluto?
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way. Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke,
oh, that's
she was
interesting.
working on a new world of some kind. She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will.
I kind of want to see what she's doing with it. Alright. Yeah, let's just finish this up.
Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected.
That's fair enough. You did what you could. Thank you. It was nice meeting you.
Although it feels like I've known you forever.
Can't imagine why.
One last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city?
Did they get sold or did they get ungilded?
Good. Because they remember you.
Oh dear.
Well done, my friend.
Oh, that's a lot of them.
All the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules,
Sweet.
Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
Oh, that was ending 4. Okay. The canon ending. Whoops, I definitely skipped over ending 3. Alright. Let's go get an ending 3. Okay, can I skip over this? I don't think I can. I don't know why I was expecting this to be a longer stream. I mean, I myself mentioned there was... Oh, hello. Let me grab their Twitter real quick. Okay. Escape to continue. Also, let me minimize this so it's not in my way. Let's go get ending 3. Apparently, half the players on Steam have the canon ending. That's pretty cool. Actually, didn't only like, yeah, 20% of people have talked their way through every... Here we go. Talked their way through every encounter.
And here...
Hey, guess what? I got a crown.
I would recognize that anywhere. And yet my beloved still wears hers. What is this? How did you come by it?
I took it from her after I killed her. In another timeline.
You vile, despicable creature. Why would you do such a thing? And worse still,
so that I can do it again unless you get me out of here. Oh, okay. I've come to bargain.
You have put me in an impossible position. If I refuse, you will murder her. And yet, if I agree, I will lose my wager and return to Elysium humiliated and alone.
Well, what's it gonna be?
I do not see that I have a choice in this. Your treachery and savagery have opened my eyes like nothing
Humans
I've
suck, bro.
witnessed in 3,000 years. And now you have shown me its true colors. And I see that Proserpina was a fool to have ever believed in you at all. This is
I mean, it was her suggestion. Psycho.
It's time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this, if I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend.
We never expected to.
Because despicable creatures like you have no place there. My kin would never allow it. The best I can do is return you to the land of the living.
Why would you do me such a favor?
Make arrangements to ferry the others.
Don't make me kill her again.
Enough, foul creature. This is not something I've decided. You see, once this exodus begins, what will become of you is now.
Sure, let's get this over with.
You had best pray our paths never cross again, mortal.
I mean, I don't see how they possibly would. mean, you're going to Elysium, right? I don't think I'm going. Alright, Al. What have you for me?
Oh. Hi there. Well, know who you are. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you? I'm fairly certain you and I are the first, fortunately for us, the last per apparently
Right.
there was a community of
I think it's probably going to be the same from the perspective of
and living in
Galerius.
fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one
Mhm.
one day, an oracle appeared. Said
Barely said a
barely, the
word.
doors just, nobody
Okay.
knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle because the next thing he knew, the ground, unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of, what became of him? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the...
Okay, yeah, it's exactly the same as before.
What? Oh, anyway, I think I found a way out.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same. Actually, is it going to be the same? Because I don't think I think the only difference is probably going to be Proserpina, honestly.
I'm going to pause here.
Because I can't imagine she got out safely. I mean, maybe she did. Honestly, I don't know what difference would be caused by threatening him versus persuading him to be different. So...
You're back.
Assuming this is going to be basically the same.
Really? Ow!
Kind of lost track of time.
Cool, I can't skip over it.
You wouldn't believe... And there was...
Sounds like quite a story. You two look exhausted.
Sounds good to me.
And you?
One year later. Alright, let's see what the epilogue looks like this time. So far the same.
Hey! What?
You're
fine.
What up, Galerius? Good to see
Of
you
course.
again.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
I forgot Decius. Al, hurry up. Oh, cool. He just teleports.
There you are. Now, there's one more person.
Sorry if I frightened you. Allow me to introduce... I am Priscilla. I wanted to meet you in person. I hate to think what would have happened.
Okay.
And you. Oh, and one last thing. Good. Because they remember you. Well done, my friend.
How do they remember me? I
Of
didn't
all the
pass
heroes
by,
who ever turned
like,
to the
any of them
underworld
except the
in
ones in the
return,
temple.
None came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas.
I mean, I guess
Proud.
Galerius did tell everyone what the Oracle looked like. Wait, was that also ending 4? How do I get ending 3 then? Okay, I need to look up how to get ending 3. Well, let me see if I can think of it myself. I'm pretty sure I need to confront Pluto in some way. Maybe I need to fight my way out of there? Yeah, let's go ahead and see if I can fight my way out of here. What happens if I... No, I can't... Actually, hang on. I guess it doesn't make sense that I would be able to talk to him after this. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
No, you vile, despicable creature.
Hey, buddy. You doing anything? Is terrified? You don't look that terrified. Ow. Alright. doesn't look like I can fight my way out, so Forgotten City ending 3. Oh, for crying out loud. Stop complaining about my ad blocker. Ending 1, ending 2, ending 3. Oh, okay. Hang on. I believe there might actually be a way to do this. So let's start a new time loop. Time to leave.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
So, the reason we could not save everyone in the Scintilla run is because there was no time to gather everyone. However, if I tell Galerius to gather everyone, we should be able to escape that way. Yep. Alright, we go this way this time. Yeah, this should be a much quicker run, and I see Sentius is already going. I really hope there's no statues following me right now. This is not a good place to dodge. Ah, crap. Oh, jeez, my health is so low. Oh. Okay, I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe. Sweet, and Sentius just got here. Bonk. All right.
Salve, friend.
I have some things I need you to take care of. Everyone's dying. Go fix it.
All right. I'll go.
All right, I think I need to... Hang on. I need to ask if it's possible to save the others, because I didn't technically do that. And then I'll start another loop. Also, I just realized my browser window is covering up chat. I need to do that. There we go. Honestly, I'm a little surprised the devs had me put a spoiler warning for this area. Just because, you know, that one conversation didn't really spoil that much. I mean, I guess the whole... come on, let me in. There we go. The whole... The gods are space travelers. I guess that is kind of a spoiler, but not really an impactful one. Hey, lady! Nobody sent me. We had this conversation before. If I let you go, somebody's going to die.
Oh, thank you. He's here.
Oh,
You
no.
distract him. Stay right.
Can I
here
not
and keep
actually...
talking while I look for something I can use.
Oh, come on. Can I not actually change my decision here? Because it tells me I've had this conversation before.
What did you do with Scintilla? Where is she?
I should have saved before actually doing that. You're human garbage.
So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it? Do you really think you can take on a... Who? Scintilla?
Yes, Scintilla.
Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Alright, I may need to see if I can load. But unfortunately, I can't.
The many shall suffer for the sins of...
That is incredibly loud. It's probably even louder for you guys. Let me turn it down a bit.
It's so bright.
Alright, create a time paradox. Let's see if we can load. Oh, let me pause. Come on. I don't want to talk to him yet. What's up, Al? Alright. And load game. Cisterns. This does not look right. I guess it's just a weird angle on that.
What did you do?
Oh, come on. Really?
Where is she?
You're human garbage.
You discovered my secret.
The heck is in front of me?
What are you going to do about it? Do you? Who? Send
Excuse me.
I'm right here, Father.
Alright, let's start another time loop, I guess. Is that? Oh, is it because Centella loaded right in front of me?
Shall suffer
yeah.
for the sins
It's
of
a
the
weird
one.
Oh,
handcuffs.
come on, we have to go.
The ropes are bound to the pillars right next to me and they never got turned off.
That light.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's so bright.
Alright, sure, let's just get the ending, I guess.
Well, really? That would describe.
That was totally me.
Oh, God.
Alright, and we leave. Alright, now let's see if we can actually get the correct ending. I need to save before having that conversation, I think. Oh, I have to actually talk to him. Okay. Hello, Karen. Guess what? I have no idea who you are. Time to leave.
I don't know what became of you.
Sounds like you and
Okay, ending 204. If you'd confronted the god of the underworld. So it leads me from ending 2 to ending 4. Because according to the site I looked at, you need to escape with everyone without confronting him in order to get ending 3. Alright, let's try this again. Continue as me. Please tell me it's not going to bring me back to that conversation.
What did you do?
Oh my god, it did.
Where is she? So you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
You're gonna die a painful death, sure.
Who? Centilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Okay, I'm going to need to do a very specific load. Actually, I've got my quick load, don't I?
The
Yeah,
many
let's
shall
use the quick
suffer
load.
for the sins of the one.
What's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
I really hate that they made a save point right at the beginning of that conversation. Come on, load, load, load. It's not letting me load.
Hi there. Well, really?
Yeah, that was totally me, and we will skip through all of this. Let's see where all my loads are. We got City Auto. That's pretty nice. Yeah, this is actually probably a good place. Please tell me it's right outside the cistern. Low health. Why do I have low health? Well. Oh, right, because the previous loop I got super wounded and I haven't finished healing yet. Got it. Okay, so there is a save. Alright, quick save. Now let's see if we can actually save people. Nobody sent me. We've had this conversation before. If I let you go, everyone's going to die. Let me see if I can persuade Sentius.
It's no use. You'll never...
I can be fairly persuasive.
You'll make it. You're back.
What if I round everyone up so they're ready to escape? And
No
there we go.
time. Wait. What?
Yeah, and let's persuade Sentius. Okay.
You're...
Okay, I did get the dialogue this time. So hopefully that means I can talk to Galerius in a future loop. Come on. Thank you. Hello,
Don't
Upius.
believe a word they tell you.
Wee. Is that Rufius? I think that's Rufius.
Appreciate that. Now, I've got to run.
Right, I need to trigger a new loop. Let's save. Come on, hit him. Thank you. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Okie dokie, time to leave. Hey Sentius, hurry up. You're taking forever. Whoops, oh crap. Hello Fury. Oh, there was another one. Please tell me he gets inaudible whispering. Nope, he's running up against the not the Centurion, the Fury. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Alright, please tell me I can get Galerius involved now. And again, maybe if I make him magistrate, that might also be required. Oh, here we go. I needed to quickly get everyone except Sentius ready to run into the upper cistern when the ground starts to rumble.
What? That's a big ask. But something tells me you're not kidding. All right, I'm gonna stick my neck out and believe you. But I doubt I'll be able to gather more than a handful of people.
Do what you can, man. All right. Let's get our ending. It sucks that once you get an ending, it doesn't do a time loop, so you don't actually remember what happened. Which means, even though I asked about that option the first time I met Scintilla, the fact that I let her go means that Galerius is never going to, or that I needed to go through all these hoops in order to talk to Galerius about it.
Welcome.
I'm totally fine, sure. Leaving.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No.
Alright, let's see if I can convince him without saving What's-Her-Face first.
That's the...
What?
Alright, sure. Can we talk?
You're not going to trick me. Like what?
We can be friends.
You must... I am out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
I wonder if I can tell Galerius to go through the rigmarole first. And, you know, save everyone's life.
I'll have to...
I can't remember if the conversation immediately ends after that or not. I think it does because, you know, time is of the essence. But, whatever. Let's see how this goes. Hey, Scintilla! Talk.
You. Who are you?
Nobody sent me. We've had this conversation before. I've told Galerius to lead everyone here when the Golden Rule is broken so they can escape too.
How did you know? Wait. Did you hear that? He's here. You distract him. Stay right.
I will distract him for a very long time by insulting him to his face and then saying, hey, your daughter's gonna kill you. That's what you wanted, right? I can be very distracting.
With Scintilla. Where is she?
Where do you think she left?
So you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
Kick your teeth in.
Do you really think you... Who? Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Hello, Mr. Human Torch. Flame on! Man, Budget Human Torch kind of sucks.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, we have to go. The others should be right behind us. Hey, what's happening to you? That light.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that that causes a paradox and I don't get to escape with them. Hey, guess what? I released everybody!
Hi there. Well?
I came to find you. I'm hoping you know who I am.
I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. It described an event about 2,000 years ago.
Okay.
Some freed an imprisoned woman named Scintilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, Scintilla and a handful of other citizens managed to escape.
A few other people got out.
The stranger disappeared in a flash of light.
That was totally me.
What? God, why does this... I've spent a... This is...
Written by a different version of you. I helped Scintilla kill a man who opened a time portal and drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this.
Exactly! Now you're getting it.
I guess you saved my life then, as well as help.
So, how do we get out? I mean...
Maybe we can escape through the same aqueduct Scintilla.
Right here in this cistern. Whee! Also, I find it kind of interesting. The Intimidate the Creator of the Golden Rule achievement has less people who've gotten it than the actual canon ending 4. So most people who play this game just convinced him properly, presumably through save scumming like I did. I mean, either that or I'm just very uncharismatic and chose all the worst things, and everyone's better at that than me. But, for my own sanity, I'm going to assume they save scummed like I did. Now let's see how Scintilla's tablet differs.
You're back.
No, he'll be here in a moment.
Really? Ow!
Kinda lost track. There was a tablet describing it. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman, my new friend here, I know how crazy.
Maybe not that crazy.
How could you?
She left a tablet of her own. I think she meant for you to read it. Here.
Alright. Let's see how this goes.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this. But Octavia, Lucretia, Horatius, Equitia, and I will never forget you, or what you did for us. It pains us that so many of our dear friends...
How did Horatius get convinced?
Including Ulpius and Galerius, who heroically tried to rescue Dooley, but never made it back. But there is no point dwelling on what might have been. All we can do is take this gift you've given us and try to show others the same compassion you showed us. We promise you that saving our lives was not for nothing. Scintilla et al.
I'm a little surprised no one else managed to show up. Then again, I didn't save most of them, so... I mean, I guess Ulpius didn't commit suicide in this version. No, wait, he totally did. That's just a plot hole. Because I met him before going to the cistern. Okay, that's kind of hilarious.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love you two look exhausted.
Sounds good to me.
And you?
Alright, let's go. Yeah, there we go. Ending 3. Far less than the number of people who even intimidated the creator of the Golden Rule. 23%. Alright. Man, I was hoping that would take a little longer. Oh well. What's done is done, and this game is done. Let me just double check, see if there's any quick achievements I can get. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything super impressive. Stuff like steal 2,000 coins after the Golden Rule is broken, which I'm a little surprised I didn't get. Oh wait, no, I stole 2,000 coins as the trigger for the Golden Rule. So... yeah, it looks like nothing super impressive except for there's like a speedrun achievement of minimum loops and get the best ending. Regardless, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey. Honestly, this game it was a lot of fun. I love mysteries, and I'm beginning to realize I have a very strong soft spot for time loop stories, so between this and Mother of Learning, which I managed to binge read between now and when I first streamed this game, because when I first streamed this game I had only seen the first arc, which is like a quarter of the story, and I've completely binge read it by now. And then there was also Outer Wilds, which I had a whole bunch of fun with. So I may just look up more time loop stories. Apparently there's a light novel like Zeroth Maria or something like that, which apparently has some time looping. I don't actually know much about it. So let me just get rid of the spoiler warning. And yeah, so I might check that out. Not sure what game I'm going to actually play next. So yeah, keep an eye on my schedule if you're interested. Might be something like Disco Elysium or Sexy Brutale. Actually, I think the latter game is also a time loop mystery, so who knows? Maybe that's just going to be my niche until I run out of games, which will probably be, you know, in a month. Regardless, thank you very much for joining me, and I'm going to head out and do something else. This is Vorthod Weiler, signing out. Have a good day.